Hey everyone, it's Josh on Blockchain DXB and today is the 9th of September 2025. Now the prices of Bitcoin on the global cryptocurrency market is pretty much the same since the last 24 hours. But if you look at the volume of stable coins, guys, this has definitely gone off the chart. And more importantly, guys, if you look at the ETF inflows, today the number is definitely looking great, which just means that the investor confidence is picking up pace, isn't it? And today the ETF inflows, guys, is well over the $1 billion mark. And looks like both Bitcoin and Ethereum has significant inflows. Now we'll definitely go and touch base on some of these really important numbers. Now at a geopolitical level, guys, the leaders from the BRICS nations are having a virtual summit, isn't it? And they will be discussing how to go and tackle President Donald Trump's tariffs. And so far as United Arab Emirates is concerned, guys, on behalf of His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, the President of United Arab Emirates, His Highness Sheikh Khalid bin Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, who's the Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi, is participating at the BRICS Leaders Virtual Summit. Now I'm really curious to check, guys, what will be the outcome of this news, because the outcome of this will definitely have a massive impact at the geopolitical level, isn't it? And that will indirectly impact the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. So what I'd really urge you to do is stay tuned to any update regarding that particular news, and that will directly impact the investor confidence as well, isn't it? Now it is great that the investor confidence in the last 24 hours is picking up pace. So let's see, guys, what this week has in store for us. Now regarding Bitcoin, guys, it is great that the ETF inflows have picked up pace. But if you look at the Google search result, guys, it is unfortunately hit an 11-month low. Now according to me, guys, you should be taking it in a positive way, because in a way it essentially means that people are now aware about Bitcoin, isn't it? And based on my experience as well, guys, going back to 2013 and 14, whenever I used to talk about Bitcoin, a lot of them used to associate Bitcoin as some kind of scam. But fast forward to 2025, guys, pretty much everyone knows about what Bitcoin is, isn't it? Even random people in the gym, guys, they are very much aware of what Bitcoin is. And based on my experience, what I'm really liking is that they immediately identifying the difference between fiat currency and Bitcoin. So could it be possible because of that people are not searching Bitcoin results as such? And right now there is AI programs such as ChatGPT and Grok. And me personally, guys, I hardly even look at Google as such, isn't it? So this particular matrix is definitely not much of a concern. But nonetheless, guys, we'll definitely go and discuss what is going on regarding Google search that is connected to Bitcoin. Now the second news, guys, is a massive news in the world of treasury firm. And this is connected to Worldcoin. And because of this news, guys, the prices of Worldcoin has actually pumped up by well over 40%. And the news essentially is that Eightco Holdings, they have announced a $250 million private placement, and this is to acquire Worldcoin. So we'll definitely go on and discuss the importance of this news. Now this whole narrative regarding treasury firms is definitely going off the chart, isn't it? We have Litecoin treasury firms, we have Dogecoin treasury firms, and I believe last week or a week before that I talked about more than $2 billion set aside to go and buy a lot of Solana. And that is more connected to Solana treasury firms, isn't it? So let's see, guys, how this narrative regarding treasury firm turns out to be. Now in today's episode, I'll go ahead and give out more information regarding Worldcoin treasury firm. As a matter of fact, guys, the next news is also kind of connected to treasury firms, but it is more about digital asset treasury strategy. And HashKey, guys, they have launched its digital asset strategy with $500 million plus multi-currency fund as well. And looks like now they're aiming to bridge traditional finance with cryptocurrencies. So we'll definitely go ahead and discuss the importance of this news. Now the next news, guys, is a positive news all the way from India. And Bybit, guys, which is one of the leading cryptocurrency exchanges, they have decided to resume crypto trading in India. Now roughly around a year ago, guys, I did talk about Indian authorities going heavily after Bybit, isn't it? And they did actually suspend most of the services in January 2025. But looks like now they're resuming the operations. But this has come after paying a hefty fee of $1 million. So we'll definitely go ahead and discuss more information regarding this. Now the final news, guys, could be a really interesting one that is connected to an ETF. And this is to do with the possibility of a Chainlink ETF. And the news essentially is that Grayscale has filed with the US Security and Exchange Commission to convert $20 million worth of Chainlink Trust into potentially the first US Chainlink spot ETF. Now it's going to be really interesting to see if this thing actually gets approved or not. And according to me, guys, Chainlink has been making some significant moves since 2024. And Chainlink's ACIP protocol, guys, they are turning out to be a game changer for the so-called blockchain space. So what I'd really urge you to do is go ahead and look at Chainlink's ACIP, that is cross-chain interoperability protocol. They are trying to have an all-fit solution for every protocols, and even Ripple is working with Chainlink as well, isn't it? So really interesting development, and I'm pretty much sure guys, if a Chainlink spot ETF is approved, the prices will definitely go off the chart, isn't it? And regarding tokenization guys, BlackRock's Beetle Fund is also connected to Chainlink, and last week I also talked about a branch of the US government where they're putting all of the commercial activities onto blockchain protocol, isn't it? Now the thing is that is also done using Chainlink's protocol. So a lot of developments are actually taking place in Chainlink. So we have quite a lot of interesting things to cover guys in today's episode. And like we do in every Blockchain DXB podcast, we will be looking at two news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. Now the first news is connected to a launch of a protocol called as Bainix.ai. And as Mara guys, they have launched this AI website in Dubai to help clients improve customer engagement. So really interesting development I guess. So what I'll do guys in today's episode, I'll go ahead and give out more information regarding this. Now the second news guys is all the way from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And now tech guys, the expanding to Kingdom of Saudi Arabia with Astro Labs, and this is to drive innovation in artificial intelligence. So we'll definitely go ahead and take a deep dive into this. So we've got a lot of interesting things to cover guys in today's episode. Let's get started with it right away. Hey everyone, this episode is powered by a new sponsor that is Amana, and they are the region's first and fastest growing regulated all-in-one trading and investing app. So look guys, whether you're looking into invest in US stocks like Apple or Tesla, or mega giants like ADNOC or Salik, Amana puts the financial markets on your fingertips. It includes gold, foreign exchange, ETFs, futures, commodities, and guess what guys? They have over 375 cryptocurrencies, and this makes them the biggest crypto selection in the region. Now for the Blockchain DXB listeners guys, if you want to go and build long-term wealth without thinking about it every day, explore Amana's pre-built auto investment plans, and all you have to do is set your monthly budget, choose your preferred asset category, and let Amana automate the investing for you. Zero fees, zero lockups, 100% customizable. And here's the thing guys, funding your account is easier than ever. You can fund your account with Apple Pay, Google Pay, credit cards, instant bank deposits, and even crypto wallets. No friction and no hassles. And the best part is guys, let's say if you need support, you would absolutely love Amana for this, cause they offer 24/6 human customer service, as well as a personalized sales support, real people, real help, and the customer support is in English as well as in Arabic. And for the Blockchain DXB listener and community guys, I do have something really exclusive for you. What you can do is register with Amana using the code Blockchain DXB, or you can also use the link that is in the show notes below. And here's the best part guys, once you register, fund your account with a minimum of $100 and at least go ahead and make one trade, and then you'll receive a $100 trading bonus credit to your account the following month. But look guys, it's real important to note, the bonus is non-withdrawable. It is there to help you trade and learn. So look guys, if you're looking for a transparent, powerful and easy to use app, that's Amana for you. So what are you waiting for guys? Download the app now, or you can also visit the website that is amana.app, and don't forget to use the code Blockchain DXB. And Amana guys is all markets one app. Next guys, I'm happy to announce that Blockchain DXB is the official media partner with one of the OGs in the cryptocurrency and blockchain event space, and that is Blockchain Futuristic Conference taking place in Florida this year, as well as ETH Women taking place simultaneously. And trust me guys, this is an event that you don't want to miss, isn't it? Cause for the very first time, North America's most immersive Web3 event is heading to the United States of America, and the Blockchain Futurist Conference and ETH Women event is actually taking place between the 5th and 6th of November. And the location is absolutely stunning guys. It is taking place at Guitar Hotel at Hard Rock, which is in Hollywood, Florida. That's right guys, palm trees, panels, and the biggest mind in blockchain and cryptocurrencies all in one place. So there will be multi-stage panels, NFT galleries, DeFi showcases, hand-on tech demos, metaverse experiences, even outdoor VIP cabanas and quite a lot more. And the Guitar Hotel at Hard Rock guys is one of the most iconic venues in the country. So look guys, if you're in the Web3 space, cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, or even artificial intelligence space, or just want to do some serious networking, this is the place that you got to be. And to all of you Blockchain DXB listeners guys, we have something really interesting for you, cause you can get a 25% off the tickets. So just use the code DXB25, and the link to the event as well as the code is in the show notes below. And as an official media partner, I'll be doing exclusive live coverage, interviews, behind the scenes access, and I will be spotlighting some of the most exciting projects shaping the future of decentralized finance tech. So if you're at the venue guys, definitely come and say hi. Maybe we can catch up for a coffee as well. So listen guys, the code is DXB25 and by using this code you will be eligible for a 25% discount, and the event is taking place between the 5th and 6th of November 2025 at the iconic Guitar Hotel at Hard Rock, that is in Hollywood, Florida. And in the show notes below guys, there's all contact details for Blockchain Futuristic Conference Florida 2025 as well as Eat Women. And look guys, this is the future of blockchain technology brought into life, so don't just read about it, be there and head to the website that is futuristconference.com and go ahead and use the code DXB25. So see you at the event. Next, Advanced Media. Advanced Media guys is the largest distributor of professional video, photo, broadcast and cinematic equipment and accessories in the Middle East and MENA region. With over 2 decades of experience, Advanced Media is now the largest distributor in the Middle East, representing more than 100 recognizable brands, including brands such as Zeiss, DJI, Hasselblad, Red and Rode. As a matter of fact guys, the very mic that I'm recording is being sponsored by Advanced Media as well, and Advanced Media has showrooms in Saudi Arabia and services as well. Looks like they're definitely taking the Middle East by storm. And here's the beautiful thing guys, they're taking corporate social responsibility very seriously, and they're focusing on 3 P's, that is people, planet and prosperity. Now listen guys, if you do want to find out more information regarding the statement of corporate social responsibility, check out the website that is www.amt.tv. And here's the beautiful thing guys, they also want to be a leader and set an example and reputation as a pioneer and member of the community. And in doing so guys, they also have an AMT scholarship with SAE Institute in Dubai, UAE, so definitely check it out. And also guys, Advanced Media is committed to persistently developing, organizing and hosting training workshops, seminars and community events that educate, inform and familiarize consumers with new equipment and the latest technological advances. So listen guys, do one thing, if you do want to support this channel, go to the website that is www.amt.tv and follow the social media channels as well. All of the details are in the show notes below. Next, Startup OI is global one tech platform for tech. It offers global high-paying tech jobs with flexibility in working time and location, global free tech events, and tech networks to connect with global like-minded engineers. A brilliant platform to listen to the tech experts in Metaverse and to grab their insights. Now listen, all you have to do is download the app Startup OI. If you're using an Android version, go to Google Store and App Store for iOS devices. Alternatively, you can also click on the show notes below to download Startup OI. Next, guys, listen, if you're into fitness, if you're into adventure, if you want to do something wild but still want to keep your health in check, there is a new podcast in town, a podcast focusing on obstacle course race in the Middle East. The podcast is called the Race-Pace Podcast. So check out the Race-Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And the Race-Pace Podcast is a peer-to-peer community-driven podcast where they talk all about obstacle course race in the Middle East, from Sandstorm to Spartan Race, from Tough Mudder to Desert Warrior Challenge, and also the Government Gulf Games, and quite a lot more. The podcast has interviews with athletes locally and internationally to get inside scoop on how athletes prepare for obstacle course race. In the podcast, they also talk about interesting stories on why they are motivated to do obstacle course race. And that's not all. They also plan to release 7 NFTs, and these NFTs are no ordinary. These NFTs will represent every emirate in the UAE. And listen guys, these NFTs are going to be absolutely massive. So do one thing, go to Spotify, go to iTunes, go to any leading podcasting platform, check out the Race-Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And finally guys, not your keys, not your crypto. If you have dabbled with cryptocurrencies and now are seriously getting to protect your cryptocurrencies, there is no better way to protect it by using a hardware wallet, and this is where Ledger Wallet kicks in. And Ledger Wallets are hardware cryptocurrency wallets made by Ledger, a company headquartered in Paris, France. And Ledger's hardware wallets are multi-currency wallets that are used to store private keys for cryptocurrencies offline. And Ledger offers 2 hardware wallets, the Ledger Nano and Ledger Nano X wallets. They are world-class experts with extensive crypto security backgrounds. They continuously look for vulnerabilities in Ledger products in a constant effort to improve the level of security. Now, in today's world, securing these digital assets is a critical challenge, and this is where Ledger kicks in. So click the link below to buy your hardware wallet and support this podcast. It is a brilliant way to support this podcast. So what are you waiting for? The link is in the show notes below. Now guys, since you're taking care of that, let's kickstart by looking at the global cryptocurrency market. Now if you look at the ETF related information guys, today there's at a staggering $1.08 billion worth of inflows. And what is really interesting to note guys is, Bitcoin ETF inflows have surpassed Ethereum ETFs. Cause since the last 2 months or so guys, there was a lot of outflows connected to Bitcoin, isn't it? But at the same time, there was quite a lot of inflows in the world of Ethereum ETFs. But since the last 24 hours, if you look at Bitcoin ETFs, today it is at a staggering $637.4 million, whereas Ethereum's ETF today is also positive at $403.4 million. So does this mean that the investor sentiment is actually picked up pace? Based on the numbers, this is actually what it states, isn't it? And look, as via the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the employment data was out as well. And the website to go and look at the economic data is the Bureau of Labor Statistics website, that is www.bls.gov. And what that report actually states that the unemployment rate hasn't changed a lot, but there is marginal improvement so far as the employment rate is concerned. Now one of the reasons why this data is important is because on the 17th of this month guys, Federal Chair Jerome Powell will be looking at the economic data, particularly the labor market conditions. And based on this particular data that was released yesterday guys, along with plethora of other information such as economic data, inflation related data as well as tariffs, he will be making a decision whether to reduce the interest rate, keep it the same or increase it. Now based on the matrix, looks like the economic conditions in US is definitely looking good, isn't it? So according to me guys, it's going to be really interesting to see how the prices are going to be reacting over the next 2 days. And let's see what the inflation data does actually state on the 11th of this month. Now that thing being said guys, if you look at the global cryptocurrency market, today it is still below the $4 trillion market, $3.96 trillion. But since the last 24 hours, it is actually up by 0.80%. And if you look at the total cryptocurrency market volume since the last 24 hours, today it is almost double of that of yesterday at $143 billion. And what I'm really liking guys, since the last 24 hours, the volume of stable coins has also picked up pace. Now we'll definitely go and touch base on the volume of stable coins, but before that let's quickly run to the volume of decentralized exchanges. Now the 24-hour volume of decentralized exchanges is at $14.77 billion. And the total fees that is collected for these transactions is amounting to $74.99 million. And one matrix guys that is connected to the whole treasury narrative is the total value locked, and today the total value locked is at $153.87 billion. And if you look at the decentralized exchange dominance, today it is at 42.74%. And one matrix guys which I'm keeping an eye on since the last 3 months, that is the total value lock connected to real world assets, and only since the last week guys, this number is about the $15 billion mark, and today once again it is at $15.30 billion. So it looks like there's a lot of demand in the so-called real-world asset space, isn't it? Now let's quickly run through the volume of decentralized exchanges, cause Uniswap is once again leading the pack with $3.43 billion. PancakeSwap is at number 2nd with $2.21 billion. Now roughly around 2 months ago guys, PancakeSwap was consistently at number 1 for almost 2 months, isn't it? But looks like now it is comfortable going back to number 2nd position. Now at number 3rd guys, so far as the 24-hour volume is concerned, is Meteora, but its volume is below the $1 billion mark at $818 million. Fluid Gas is at number 4th with $629.32 million. And at number 5th guys is Radium with $603.25 million. Now let's quickly run to the volume of stable coins. And as I mentioned earlier guys, the numbers have definitely improved since the last 24 hours. And it's needless to say that Tether USDT is leading the pack, and its 24-hour volume is $117.05 billion. Followed by Circle USDC at $13.58 billion, and FDUSD is at number 3rd with $5.61 billion. Now look guys, what I'd really urge you to do is keep a track on what the volume of stablecoins is at least for the next 24 to 48 hours, and that would give us some assessment as to which direction the prices of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies would be heading towards, particularly after the inflation data will be out, cause on the 11th the inflation data will be out via the Bureau of Labor Statistics. And I cannot stress this enough guys, rather than watching mainstream media or fake news, go to the Bureau of Labor Statistics website, that is www.bls.gov, and look at the information yourself. Now you can still make an argument that there is notorious activity taking place among Bureau of Labor Statistics as well as in it, but let's see what the inflation data once again is this time under the Trump administration. Now let's quickly run through the dominance, 24-hour trading volume and market cap of Bitcoin and Ethereum. And Bitcoin's market cap right now is at 56.20%, whereas Ethereum's dominance guys has marginally fallen down in comparison to the last 2 weeks, and to date is down to 13.10%. Now because both of the dominance has gone down guys, you can clearly make an assessment as to what is going on among other altcoins, isn't it? And later on, guys, we'll go and discuss what is going on in Worldcoin, because the prices are pumped up by well over 40% because of some announcement regarding treasury firms. And if you're a hodler of Worldcoin, guys, you definitely have profited a lot since the last 24 hours. Now, if you look at the 24-hour trading volume of Bitcoin, today it is at $41.24 billion, whereas Ethereum is at $31.70 billion. Now, the market cap of Bitcoin and Ethereum hasn't changed a lot. Bitcoin's market cap has marginally pumped up to $2.22 trillion, whereas Ethereum's market cap is at $518 billion. Now look, guys, every day in the Blockchain DXB podcast, I tend to look at one new matrix, isn't it? And roughly around 6 months ago, guys, I did find a really interesting matrix that is connected to only American coins. And at that point of time, guys, I found it really bizarre that people are tracking cryptocurrencies and blockchain protocols that are associated to only one country. Because when you talk about Bitcoin, guys, it is not restricted to only one region, isn't it? But in today's episode, guys, I also found out a new matrix that is connected to only China. And via CoinGecko, guys, it does give you top made in China coins by market cap. Really bizarre matrix, isn't it? Because when you talk about Bitcoin, open blockchain or cryptocurrencies, guys, ideally it should not be restricted to one particular region. But according to me, guys, one of the reasons why it is connected to a region is because a lot of the associations and foundations are set up in specific regions. So let's go and look at the top 5 made in China coins by market cap. And it is absolutely no surprise that Tron is leading the pack with $31.30 billion. And look at the difference between the first and second, guys. The second one is OKB and its market cap is $3.92 billion. Almost a difference of 10 times, isn't it? Now the third one is VeChain with $2.07 billion. Now VeChain in 2017 made quite a lot of headlines. And they were claiming a lot of government organizations in China as well as other countries will be implementing VeChain, particularly for supply chain. But the fact is, guys, since the last few years, I haven't heard much news regarding VeChain as such, and its market cap is only at $2.07 billion. So it looks like the hype regarding VeChain has pretty much died down. Now at number 4th, guys, is Conflux and its market cap is $875 million. And at number 5th, guys, is Neo and its market cap is $468 million. Now let me know, guys, what do you think about cryptocurrencies and tokens that is connected to a specific region? Are you a fan of this particular matrix? Or do you think we should be looking at things in a macro level, particularly when you talk about open blockchain and the whole notions of peer-to-peer transactions? Now, guys, let's go and look at the king of all kings, that is Bitcoin. Now, the price of Bitcoin is at a staggering $111,655. And since the last 24 hours, it is up by 0.63%. And since the last 7 days, it is up by 1.29%. Ethereum is at $4,306, but since the last 24 hours, it is marginally down by 0.03%. And since the last 7 days, it is actually down by 1.41%. Ripple or XRP is below the $3 mark. Right now, it is at $2.94. But since the last 24 hours, it is up by 2.24%. And since the last 7 days, it is up by 5.47%. And in the episode that I released yesterday, guys, I talked about Coinbase dumping a lot of Ripple or XRPs in it, and their so-called treasury holdings regarding XRP is down to less than 10%. So let's see, guys, how the prices of Ripple or XRP is going to be reacting over the next coming months. Now, guys, let's go and talk about some results regarding Google search. And the news essentially is that Bitcoin's Google search volume is actually down in the US, and it has actually hit 11-month low. But so far as gold is concerned, guys, it has actually pumped up by 38% since the start of 2025. Now, the so-called experts are noting this reflect, guys, a shift towards safety assets amid macro uncertainty but see potential for capital rotation. That is from gold to Bitcoin if conditions remain favorable. And right now, if I'm not mistaken, guys, the prices of gold has definitely gone off the chart, isn't it? But look, guys, according to me, this particular matrix requires a lot of analysis. Cause me personally, guys, I pretty much stopped using Google search. And if there is absolutely any information, I tend to look at ChatGPT immediately. And I know a lot of relatives and colleagues, guys, if they do want to find out any information regarding Bitcoin, rather than using Google, they're using ChatGPT, isn't it? So could it be possible that the results in ChatGPT is actually pumped up? According to me, there is a very high possibility, isn't it? But that thing being said, guys, some of the so-called analysts, they are highlighting a lead lag pattern, and what they are claiming is that gold rallies often precede Bitcoin breakouts. Now look, guys, one of the reasons I kind of agree to this is because historically 18 months after the halving, the prices of Bitcoin completely goes berserk, and 18 months after the halving will actually happen in October of this year. So could it be possible that the price of Bitcoin reaches a new all-time high? maybe even $200,000 or $250,000. Let's see what the last quarter has in store for us. And look, guys, whatever I'm saying is definitely not financial advice. Make sure you go and do your own research. And listen, guys, if you're into trading and charts and graphs as such, later on today I'm interviewing the host of Bitcoin for Millennials, and his name is Brand Gramstein, guys. And we are going to be talking absolutely everything regarding Bitcoin only. Now, what I really urge you to do is, guys, go ahead and listen to some of his interviews, because he does go really in depth regarding Bitcoin, and he has quite a lot of interesting charts, particularly in the world of Bitcoin. Now, back in the day, guys, there was someone called as Plan B who used to talk about stock to flow model, and now there's something called as Plan C, and there's an in-depth interview by him regarding this, so please feel free to go and check it out. Now let's go and talk about something regarding Worldcoin, guys, because since the last 24 hours the prices have definitely gone off the chart. It is well up by over 45%, and this is connected to the whole narrative regarding treasury firm, guys. And the news essentially is that Eightco Holdings, they have announced a $250 million private placement to acquire Worldcoin as its primary reserve asset, and they will be doing this with BitMine, who will be contributing an additional $20 million. Now, because of this move, guys, Worldcoin is definitely pumped up by well over 45%, and the weekly gains is also up by well over 50%. Now, regarding this whole initiative, guys, it is actually backed by investors including Pantera Capital, Kraken, which is one of the oldest cryptocurrency exchanges, as well as Brave and Harvard. Now, this particular deal, guys, is unique because it represents the first large-scale treasury strategy around Worldcoin. And so far as the verified users is concerned, guys, right now they have well over 33.5 million verified users. Now, regarding Worldcoin, guys, there is a lot of misconception that is connected to the physical device that is called a ZORB, and a lot of people are kind of worried regarding the legitimacy of the digital identification. But look, guys, what I really urge you to do is, Sam Altman along with some of the founders of Worldcoin, they did have an interview with Bankless roughly around a year ago, guys, and they clearly talked about some of the technical aspects regarding the physical device that is called a ZORB. And based on the interview at least, looks like the digital identification is completely safe, and they are working on zero knowledge proof and quite a lot of other things. And it's going to be really interesting to see, guys, if one of the nations do go and start implementing this. And I'm talking about the government agency or maybe a branch of the government agency that goes and starts implementing it. And that, to be honest, guys, is going to be a really interesting development, both in a scary way as well as implementing the use case of it, because you never know, there might be certain loopholes with the digital identification as well as in it. But nonetheless, guys, definitely keep an eye on any government that is going ahead and accepting that physical device called a ZORB, maybe even passing a legislation to go ahead and implement it legally. Let's see, guys, what the outcome to that is. Now, guys, let's go and discuss another news regarding treasury strategy. And HashKey Group, guys, they have launched a digital asset strategy with a $500 million plus a multi-currency fund that is aiming to bridge the digital finance with cryptocurrencies. They are focusing on Bitcoin as well as Ethereum ecosystem. Now, this initiative, guys, seeks to standardize asset management and drive Web3 globally as well. Now, regarding this news, guys, they are focusing on a compliance-first approach, and looks like they are shaping the next wave of asset infrastructure. So really interesting news, isn't it? Now, the next news, guys, I'm going to be talking about is actually an interesting news, and the news essentially is that Bybit has resumed all crypto trading in India, but this is only after paying a $1 million fine and also registering with the Financial Intelligence Unit of India, and this is to regain the compliance in India, isn't it? Now, Bybit, guys, did actually suspend most of the services in January 2025, and this was due to missing proper AML registration. But in the following months, guys, looks like they have coordinated with a lot of regulators, and they have implemented stricter KYC and security protocols, and now they are back to giving Indian users full access to the app. So really interesting move by Bybit, isn't it? Now, needless to say, guys, with more than $1.5 billion, they definitely want to capitalize on the growing market in India, isn't it? So it is great that they're resuming the operation in India. Really interesting development. Now, the next news, guys, is a massive news, and there is a possibility of a first Chainlink spot ETF, and Grayscale, guys, has filed with the US Security and Exchange Commission to convert its $29 million Chainlink trust into potentially what could actually become the first US Chainlink spot ETF, and the ticker symbol for that will be GLNK, and most likely it could also include staking rewards, guys. And regarding this move by Grayscale, it is part of Grayscale's push to turn crypto assets like Solana, Dogecoin as well as XRP into ETFs, thereby giving investors regulated access to crypto and potential staking income. Now, it's going to be really interesting to see, guys, if the US Security and Exchange Commission under the Trump administration goes and approves these ETFs, Because according to me, guys, Chainlink is definitely a game changer. And as I mentioned earlier, guys, what I'd really urge you to do is go ahead and do a lot of research regarding Chainlink CCIP, that is cross-chain interoperability protocol, and they are definitely making quite a lot of news, not just in the world of ETF, guys, but even in the world of real-world asset tokenization and quite a lot of other things. And earlier this month, guys, the US Department of Commerce, they did decide to post the second quarter gross domestic product onto blockchain, isn't it? And as a matter of fact, they did it on 9 different blockchains. But here's the thing, guys. They use Chainlink CCIP, that is cross-chain interoperability protocol. Now I'm pretty much sure, guys, over the next coming months, we will be seeing quite a lot of innovative protocols coming out from Chainlink. So definitely keep an eye on what is going on in the world of Chainlink. So these were the news, guys, on the Bitcoin blockchain and cryptocurrency world. Now let's go ahead and take a deep dive into 2 news that is connected to Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. Now both the news, guys, are connected in the world of artificial intelligence. Now the first news is that as Mark, they have launched BuyNext.ai in Dubai to help clients improve customer engagement. So let me go ahead and share more information regarding this. Cause BuyNext.ai is an AI-powered omni-channel platform, and they are integrating WhatsApp, SMS as well as RCS, and it offers AI, analytics and compliance tools from a single dashboard. Now they're claiming that the platform aims to improve customer engagement and return on investment, and the expansion consolidates Asmark's presence in the Middle East, while at the same time serving a global clientele. And regarding BuyNext.ai, guys, they empower brands with messaging, automation as well as AI analytics. Now the Dubai office inauguration was actually led by the founder, that is Imtiaz Ansari, as well as co-founder Akil Ansari. Now the founder did actually state, guys, that Dubai's dynamic business environment makes it an ideal business hub, and the platform also introduces Arabic language support and local payment integration. Now the solutions are tailored to GCC region, Saudi Arabia as well as UAE compliance needs. Now the biggest differentiator, guys, is the multi-channel support, and as I mentioned earlier, that is for WhatsApp, Google RCS as well as AI chatbots, and their focus is on return on investment and customer engagement for clients. And they're also investing in local talents across business development, customer service and technical roles, and additional investments, guys, will be in infrastructure, compliance and telecom alliances. And the aim, guys, is to collaborate with business houses, telecom players and digital first companies. And Asmark has already empowered over 700 businesses in India, and this is across retail sector, fintech, healthcare, logistics as well as e-commerce. Now the Dubai's expansion plan, guys, positions Asmark as a global leader in AI-powered business messaging, isn't it? So really interesting news. Now the next news, guys, is also connected to artificial intelligence and NAPTech, guys. They have expanded to Kingdom of Saudi Arabia with Astro Labs, and this is to drive AI innovation. So let me go ahead and share more information regarding this, because the expansion is supported by Astro Labs, that is the Gulf's leading business expansion platform, and it marks Alptech's entry into one of the fastest growing economies in the world, isn't it? Now Saudi Arabia is currently ranked number 14 globally, and first in the Arab world based on 2024 Global AI Index, and the kingdom is among the top 10 markets for AI talent density. And rising AI investment and regulatory initiative, guys, do make Kingdom of Saudi Arabia a global testbed, isn't it? And Alex Nichols from Astro Labs, guys, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia is a financial innovation hub with strong infrastructure. Now the Riyadh office will pioneer AI-driven process and advanced analytics and financial services. Now regarding Alptech, they were founded in 2019, and they serve banks, asset managers, family offices as well as corporates. Now the new office meets demand for risk analytics, data strategy, AI transformation and climate intelligence, and this is connected to ESG notion, isn't it? Now the Riyadh hub, guys, will complement the office in Dubai, London as well as a location in Pune in India. Now look, as this particular move shows that the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia's growing role as a strategic hub for Aztec global operations, isn't it? And regarding this move, guys, looks like Alptech is committing to a long-term local presence with investment in Saudi talent ecosystem, and they plan to collaborate with local universities to mentor and develop future AI leaders. And the goal is pretty simple, guys. They want to enable Kingdom of Saudi Arabia banks, family offices and corporates to use artificial intelligence plus computational finance for better decision making and long-term value creation. So really interesting news on the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Now these were the news, guys, on the Bitcoin, blockchain, cryptocurrency and artificial intelligence world from Blockchain DXB. In case if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating and share the word across. Now for the next few minutes is going to be an Ask Me Anything series, where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and metaverse. So let's kickstart with the Ask Me Anything series. Hey everyone, before we go ahead and kickstart the Ask Me Anything series, I do have some really interesting announcements. The first one is an interesting partnership, and this is connected to Bitcoin events. Now look, as you know that Bitcoin is the king of all kings, isn't it? And the OGs of Bitcoin events, that is Bitcoin Inc., they have a massive event taking place in August in Hong Kong. And guess what, guys? Blockchain DXB is the official media partner for Bitcoin Asia 2025. And this particular event, guys, takes place in August in Hong Kong. And Bitcoin Asia is the region's premier Bitcoin gathering event where builders, investors, as well as investors meet. So at this event, guys, expect powerful keynotes, bold conversations, and a headlining session with none other than Eric Trump. And he will be sharing his vision for Bitcoin's long-term potential. And more importantly, he, along with a lot of Bitcoin OGs, guys, they will be talking about the role of Bitcoin in global finance. And at the Bitcoin Asia 2025 event, guys, they will be discussing Asia's massive impact on adoption. And look, as Bitcoin Asia event connects global Bitcoin communities and drives innovation across cultures and markets, from infrastructure to regulations, privacy tools to lightning development, and quite a lot more. And for you listeners of the Blockchain DXB podcast, guys, I have a cool discount code of 10% for you. And the code is pretty simple, guys. It is DXB, that is D for David, X for X-ray, and B for Bravo. And DXB is the code for Dubai as well, isn't it? So what are you waiting for, guys? In the show notes below, you'll see the registration details for Bitcoin Asia 2025. And look, guys, Hong Kong is calling. So be part of the future of Bitcoin. Now the next announcement, guys, is another big one. And this is connected to Future Blockchain Summit and Fintech Search 2025. And Blockchain DXB once again is the media partner for Future Blockchain Summit and Fintech Search 2025. Now me personally, guys, I did attend the Future Blockchain Summit going back to 2017. And the fact is, guys, it is one of the biggest, oldest, as well as boldest blockchain events in the region. And according to me, as well as a lot of advocates of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, Future Blockchain Summit as well as Fintech Search 2025 is probably the biggest event in the entire world. And this event, guys, takes place between the 12th and 15th of October at the iconic location of Dubai Harbour. So this is going to be the place where blockchain meets fintech to redefine the future of finance. So expect 250 world-class speakers, over 1,200 investors, live demos, product launches, as well as GITEX Digital Asset Forum. And all of this thing, guys, will be under one roof. So you can expect so-called Web3 pioneers to fintech leaders shaping payments, banking, insurtech, AI, as well as decentralized finance. And this particular event, guys, brings the entire ecosystem together. This is a launchpad you've been waiting for. And by attending this event, guys, you will be in a position to be in front of top venture capitals, accelerators, as well as industry leaders. And for blockchain and fintech companies, guys, this is where connection turns into partnerships and dream turns into reality. And because Blockchain DXB is the media partner for Future Blockchain Summit and Fintech Search 2025, guys, in the show notes below, you'll see the registration details. And there's a hidden discount code mentioned below as well. So do one thing, guys. Click on the show notes below, get yourself registered, and see you between the 12th and 15th at Dubai Harbour at the Future Blockchain Summit and Fintech Search 2025. Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB, listening to the Ask Me Anything series, where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and metaverse. I have a question by Danny who asks, would you trust Worldcoin style treasury reserve strategy for major institutions? This to be Danny, such a really interesting question. Now according to me, Danny, there are two sides of looking at the whole Worldcoin style treasury reserve strategy, isn't it? Now on the pro side, I do feel it can give institutions a new way to diversify beyond just Bitcoin and Ethereum. Because based on the news, Danny, Worldcoin already has major players like Pantera Capital, Kraken, and I believe they have Brave and Howard as well, isn't it? And one of the biggest advantage what Worldcoin has is they already have more than 33 million verified users, and that, to be honest, is a ridiculously large amount. And it does show that the project has some real traction, especially around identity verification. And in the episode that I released yesterday, I talked a little bit about digital identity verification as well. And right now, the whole identity verification is a major part of Web3 infrastructure, isn't it? And if the adoption continues, then what I feel is maybe having Worldcoin in treasury reserves could actually give institutions early exposure to network that might go much bigger in the near future. And according to me, Danny, Eightco's $250 million allocation is clearly a sign that some companies are willing to experiment with this model, isn't it? And I'm pretty much sure Moves such as this will be inspiring other companies as well. But look, cryptocurrency world has a lot of volatility, isn't it? And as I mentioned earlier, Worldcoin has attracted a lot of controversies as well. And that is mainly because of the privacy concerns. And if I'm not mistaken, Germany or some other European countries, they have heavily fined Worldcoin for some notorious activities in the world of privacy. Because the privacy concerns do actually stem for high-risk scans and how the data might be used, isn't it? And on top of that, Danny regulators in some countries are already skeptical, which means there's a possibility of legal pushback, which will actually slow down a lot of adoption. And another issue, according to me, Danny, is centralization. Because look, unlike Bitcoin, which runs on a completely distributed network and has a proven track record of more than 16 years, Worldcoin at this point of time depends on a lot of founders and investors, isn't it? And that, according to me, creates risk if the confidence drops, or let's say if there are policy changes, and what kind of an impact will have on the operations. And since this token is relatively new in my honest opinion, Danny, I do feel that its long-term value and supply dynamics haven't proven yet, which means it is far more risky and volatile than Bitcoin. So at this point of time, I do feel it is really too early to say Worldcoin as a main treasury reserve is actually big for institutions, but you never know, it could actually work as a small experimental allocation, isn't it? Especially for companies that want exposure to identity-focused projects. But let's say for a serious long-term reserve assets, I do feel that Bitcoin is still unmatched, and that is because of its neutrality, liquid and battle-tested time, and is so much safer as a base layer for institutional treasuries in my honest opinion. So definitely interesting question. And look, in the cryptocurrency world, absolutely anything is possible, isn't it? What if there is an absolutely major hack in Worldcoin? You never know, the coin can completely plummet as well. So definitely an interesting question. And that's about all, guys, from the Ask Me Anything Series on Blockchain DXB. In case if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating and share the word across. Remember, Monday to Thursdays we have Blockchain DXB podcast, where we cover top news and information pertaining to the process. We look at the geopolitical news, we look at the latest technological developments, and then, guys, we look at 2 news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. We look at the latest technological development. We talk about 2 news particularly from the Middle East. We also dabble with news in the world of artificial intelligence as well, isn't it? And what you're listening to right now is the Ask Me Anything series, where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. So thanks so much for listening, guys, and have a nice one. Bye-bye.